What's up, everybody? My name is Eric. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about glycolysis. Now, I'm going to spare us all of the nitty-gritty details, and I want to show a general overview of glycolysis, okay? So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, this is what glucose looks like, and we know this from all of our carbohydrate reactions we've been doing on our OChem series. So I'm only going to draw this glucose molecule once, okay? So I'm going to spare most of the other structures, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and just show the glucose. Now, glycolysis is a series of 10 steps, and our goal is to ultimately produce pyruvate. Now, the reason we do this is because we take in all this food, we want to break it down, and we want to use it for energy. Now, it's super important for all the cells in our body. It's especially important for our red blood cells who only depend on glycolysis for their survival. So let's go ahead and show our 10 steps. So I have a mnemonic. It's hungry pirates pick all the greatest pickled plums ever picked. Now, those are the 10 enzymes, and we're going to go ahead and go through them. So hungry stands for hexokinase. Anytime we have a kinase, we know we're doing a phosphorylation event. So here we had some ATP, we're going to get some ADP out, and we're going to ultimately get, so this circle here represents our general structure of this glucose molecule that's being converted into something else. So now, instead of having an OH, we have an OP, which just shows that this phosphate from the ATP was added on to our glucose molecule. This is now glucose 6-phosphate. Step number 2, hungry pirates. So this is phospho, hexose, isomerase. Anytime we have an isomerization, we're just mixing up our structure. We're not adding anything new. So now our structure looks like, here's that OP we had, and now we have an OH, okay? Let's go ahead and show step number 3. Hungry pirates pick. So here is PFK1, phosphofructokinase 1. Again, this is our rate limiting step in glycolysis. So we're going to add some ATP. We're going to get some ADP out. Remember, our first 5 steps of glycolysis we can think of as our investment phase, and our last 5 steps are going to be our payoff phase. So we got to put a little bit of ATP in order to get a lot more ATP and energy out. Okay, so this is our 3rd step, hungry pirates pick. So this is fructose 6-phosphate. Now we can go ahead and show another one, hungry pirates pick all. So let's see, hungry pirates pick, and then what did that give us? That gave us our little house here with OP, OP. So we have 2 phosphate groups here, 2 phosphate groups. Then we have aldolase. So here's irreversible, and just like that. Hungry pirates pick all. So here's A for aldolase. Aldolase is going to give us 2 structures. We're going to get DAP, dihydroacetyl phosphate. So here's what DAP looks like. Just like that. This can get converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which looks like, now notice, when I go through these, I usually draw these only as circles. So this would be a circle with an OH, then it becomes a circle with an OP. Circle with an OP, we added a new OH to it. Now we have our circle with our OP and another OP. Then I draw one W. Here's an M. Our next step, we're going to have another M. Another M. One more M. and then 2 lightning bolts. 2 lightning bolts, okay? So that's an easy way for me to remember the exact structures of our molecules, the main ingredients, okay? So we have hungry pirates pick all for aldolase, the hungry pirates pick all the. This is triose isomerase. It's going to convert this into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Here's our aldehyde functional group. Here's carbon 1, 2, 3, and coming off of it, we have that phosphate group. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Excellent. Let's go ahead and draw. So we can see here that this aldolase was converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. That's 1. And our DAP was converted into our glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So that's 2. That's why at the end of this, we're going to end up getting double of everything that we see here. Okay, so this, I'm going to go ahead and show this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate getting converted into 1,3-BPG. 1,3-BPG. So here's our aldehyde group. No longer, because we have 1 bis phospho. So 1, 2, and 3. And here's our other phospho group. Let's see here. Hungry pirates pick all the greatest. So we have glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Hungry pirates pick all the greatest pickled. So here's phosphoglycerate isomerase. Hungry pirates pick all the greatest pickled. So this is going to be a kinase. All right, so that means we get out some ATP. Put a little bit ADP in, and we get some ATP out. So now let's go ahead and draw. We go from 1,3-BPG to 3-BPG, 3-phosphoglycerate. Here's our OP. Still have our OH. This is an O-. Hungry pirates pick all the greatest pickled plums. Here's phosphoglycerate mutase. So again, mutase is like an isomerase. So this is going to be irreversible. Okay, so now we have 2-BPG. 2-BPG. So what does that look like? Now our phospho group is on our second carbon there. Great. So now we have hungry pirates pick all the greatest pickled plums ever for enolase. This is going to give us an intermediate called PEP, which looks like just like this. So we have 1, 2, 3 carbons here. There we go. And that's going to get converted into, let's see what we have here, O, just like that. 3-carbon molecule. This is known as pyruvate. Great. And that last one there is called pyruvate kinase. And we're also going to generate ATP in that step. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and put 2 there. We had 2 there, 1 here, and another one there. So let's go ahead and see what our net, what's our net gain? We get 2 ATPs, we have 2 pyruvate molecules, and we didn't show them, but we also get 2 NADHs. Now those NADHs are going to be important for later when they get transported to the electron transport chain. And we'll go into that in more detail later. Okay, that's everything I wanted to talk about today for glycolysis. That's a fun little mnemonic to remember all the steps. Also, to help you remember the structures, don't forget this is just a circle with an OH, then it becomes circle OP, Then we add another OH, circle OP, OP, circle OP with an OH, and then here's a circle with an OP and another OP, and then we have our W, we have an M, another M, here's a second, and then there's another, and then our 2 lightning bolts to finish. All right, that's everything, guys. Have a good day.